What is going on, everybody? We are, what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. Man, I'm not sure about you, but for me, it has been a long one. But
Yeah,
we are here, and we're going to break down some games, man. Got my main man, Joe, here with me. Joe, how are you?
man, I'm doing really good after yesterday, man. One hell of a bounce back.
I was about to
Needed
say,
that.
you actually hit actually like a parlay, right?
Yeah, I hit a plus three, what was that, 15 on Heritage. I hit plus 400 in prize picks. So just hitting parlays back to back, man. I got another parlay today on the page. So two in the Discord, free. So
That's awesome, man. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Just getting this tweet shared and waiting for some more people to join us here. Um, yeah, man. Last night, man, play of the day dropped, and we were siding between the Lakers first half and actually that, and then the Lakers
and
first
first
half was
half cleared. I
like the
saw
most like sweat free play ever. So,
it. Yeah.
so hopefully y'all saw us sitting here like going back and forth trying to figure it out, and I actually played them both.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they hit the team total too, didn't
oh
they?
yeah, oh yeah,
No, I'm
like
talking
they.
about Memphis because we were debating on
Uh,
Memphis, but I stopped looking at 56. I got mad.
I think they were right at it. I actually don't know if they cleared it or not.
Dude, that game was what the All Star game used to be like. It was like
Right?
borderline competitive defense, more energy spent on offense, like 151 to 148. That is a lot of goddamn points.
Yeah,
That's
it
damn
definitely
near
is.
200 points in the NBA game, and it wasn't an All Star game. Yeah, that was. Oh, they had 58. They had 58 yesterday, so they didn't quite get it.
All right, got some people starting to join us in here now. Um, got a college question right off the bat. Thoughts on Maryland? Let me see where that line is, man. I know this morning the line just kept on going up. Um, see where we're at now. All right, it's settled back in. It had gotten up to actually 5 and 5.5 at some spots. Um, and people definitely bought that back down now. Looks like you can still get it anywhere between a 3.5 and a 4.5. So, depending on which side you like in this game, definitely line shop, guys. Definitely line shop because this number is everywhere. Um, I think 3.5 or actually four. I think that number is right on. I think that's very sharp. As far as Maryland, I mean, like I said, that's where I have the line. I had it at like 3.8. Um, so this as far as in this actually like conference goes, I mean actually home court. I mean there definitely counts for an actual lot. I actually add a little bit in for that. This is a spot where state though. I just don't really want to bet against state. Um, so for me personally, this is a Michigan State spread play or either pass. I personally decided to just pass. Like I said, I just don't really see a real edge there. J Bo's in the chat. What's going on, man?
My God.
J Bo's dropping games quick.
Whoo.
But yeah, as far as the Maryland game, like I said, if you can get a 4.5, I would have to lean State's way, like actually at that number. But yeah, let's Jabo, he wants to hear about Blazers and the Wizards. Um, whew, that's
That is a yucky game.
I was yeah, that's what I was like. Uh, the Wizards did finally get a win though.
Dude.
Um, and it was against those Nets, and that was the game that we talked about. And I decided to stay off of because I was like, this line doesn't make sense. Um,
I took the bait. I lost with the Nets.
the Nets were what, laying 3?
Yep.
Actually, and I was like, just something's not right.
To my point though, I didn't know Marcus Smart was playing. Like the dude is so underrated. He's coming off the bench too. It's like, oh, you shit is okay. I see what happened.
Right. Um,
Look, that's a ugly game, but I'm leaning the Wizards. I'm not gonna bet it, but I feel like the Wizards and Blazers, they play each other really close every time they play. Like no matter what their records are, just historically, those two teams go at it, and it's always like whoever gets the referee on their side within the last 3 minutes of the game. Um, the Wizards, in theory, Chris Middleton is he, yeah, he doesn't light up the box score, but if you're watching the game, he's making an impact on the game. And then Marcus Smart leading the charge with the second unit. I know they only have like 10 wins total outright, but that's not their ATS record. You're talking about covering points, not winning games. It's a very ugly play, but I lean the Wizards.
I mean, and that's the thing with the Wizards, man, is they are definitely not winning games, but they are covering spreads, man.
Yeah.
I believe in the last 10, I believe they're 8-2. Um, so I mean, at the end of the day, that is actually what we're betting on here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the same way, man. I really don't have a really good feel for this game, but as far as the Wizards side, it would actually be that or pass.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you really think about it, they almost beat the Pacers, 134 to 130, right? Really
Sure enough.
close game. They almost beat the Bucks, 104 to 101. So like they're not winning, but against playoff caliber teams, they're getting pretty damn close. Like, and to have a squad full of no-name guys for the most part, that's pretty good considering that Alex Sarr was like their big prospect and he's hurt and they're still damn near winning games. And I mean, hell, they just beat the Brooklyn Nets 107 to 10 to 99. So they're winning two different ways. They can either outscore or they can play defense. Like whichever side they choose, they're covering the spread. So I mean, by all means, give me the Wizards on a lean. I'm not playing it personally, but if you ask my opinion, I think the Wizards cover easily.
Agree there. Agree there. Um, well, this next game, y'all, I go and tell you, this is Joe's favorite game here. I like far Raptors and Pacers. Joe absolutely loves to play here.
Listen.
Go on, man.
So if I had the lean, I'm looking at the Pacers minus 11. I know that's a really high spread. And if you guys watch this show, I am not a fan of high spreads. However, the Raptors are just banged up. Like I'm really waiting for Scotty Barnes to say he's playing or not. Because if he's playing, I think that him and RJ are good enough to get you under, a double-digit loss. But with the line moving so damn fast and moving in lieu of the Pacers, it's like, oh damn, he's clearly not playing. But I just need them to change it from game time decision to not playing because I literally just got screwed by taking the Brooklyn Nets when they played against Washington because I didn't think Marcus Smart was playing. So that just bit me. But if anything, I'm laying 11 with the Pacers. I know haters are going to say, well, the Pacers lost outright twice. You got to think about it. One of those times was off a back-to-back. Both games were in Toronto, and we all know people hate going to Toronto. Like it's just not a good look. I just think the Pacers are the better team. They're deeper, they're younger, they're putting it together now. They're hot right now. I think they've won like on the money line like 17 out of the last 22.
Yeah.
I have a very strong lean on the Pacers. Like I said, once Scotty Barnes says he's not playing, boom. Or I see the game tip off, I'm clicking the Pacers and laying whatever points it is. If it's 9 or 11, I'm laying it. I just need to know that Scotty's not playing.
There's one that I'm not playing just because I like so many other games today.
Yeah.
But I would pivot from that just a little bit, and it's for me, instead of laying that many points with them, I would be playing the Pacers team total over. It's at 122.5. So I think that they get up and over that.
I saw that and I'm like, they should clear that.
Yeah.
But the way Detroit did me the other day, like they had the team total right there, but they took their foot off the gas because they had to win. I was like, huh. I'm a little butthurt about that. Like I do see this as being a potential blowout for the Pacers, which is why I'm like, if they take their foot off the gas, we're fucked. But
that one could be a first half.
42 though. I do think they clear it. Like I'm just saying the only thing that I had in the back of my mind was them taking their foot off the gas, but I think they clear it easily, to be honest with you. Like I'm really looking at like if I had to give a game total, I'd probably say like 128 to 105 or something like that. Like that's how I feel about it. Just putting totals out there. So
yeah. Let's switch over to college for just a quick second here for Mr. John Daly. Thank you for being in the chat, John. You show love everywhere. You show love to us on X and on here, YouTube, like everywhere. So thank you, man. So I'll definitely talk about this game for you. Kentucky versus Oklahoma. We talked about this on the actual noon show, and since then, this line has gone up. Looks like Kentucky's laying at least 3, if not 3.5 in most spots now. And to me, this game comes down just to this. As far as Oklahoma's defense, as far as guarding the actual as far as guarding the actual 2-point shot, they are horrible. They rank outside of the top 300 in actually guarding that. Well, guess what team shoots from inside the arc extremely well at a very high clip, and that is the actual Wildcats. I think that Kentucky scores a bunch of points to a night, but they may also let up a lot of points also. So I think at this point, I would not lay it with them with this up to that 3 or 3.5 mark. What I would do is play their team total over. Or if you like the Oklahoma side, then I would just play the full game over. So those are a couple different ways to like play that, just kind of depending on what actually you like, but overs in actually some type of way though.
What about the Kentucky team total over?
Yes,
like,
actually,
the 2-point shot. Just going off what you said, the 2-point shot is my favorite. It's a high percentage shot. It's in the paint. I'm looking at their totals. It looks like they're putting up 80 with ease. They're also 4-1 against the spread, while Oklahoma's 1-4. Granted, like I do think that the market may have over adjusted far as that unders trend. But I do think that Kentucky puts up points. So what about a Kentucky team total over?
Well, actually, like that's actually what clients got. Is the Kentucky team total over 80. They actually got 82.5. It actually is up to 83.5 now.
Oh,
that's getting to that point. You know,
it
just sounds like a point, but that still is a fine line when you're getting up that high. Like you're asking for a lot there.
Yeah.
But that's still what I would play. I played a little bit smaller now, just since the number has moved. Or either, like I said, just play the game over. You can get 162.5. So actually, yeah, like I think you could play either one of those. All right, let's go back to the NBA. Let's still stick on the early slate here. Let's talk about the 76ers and the Knicks. I mean, the 76ers team, man, like I mean, they're not motivated to win like any more games. I mean, well, actually, at least they shouldn't be.
Is anybody besides Tyrese Maxey going to play today?
No, and that's
he's literally. It's so unfair to watch. It's like 105. Like, God damn, help him, somebody.
like with like the lineup, it looks like they're going to bring out tonight. I'm not loving the like Knicks from like what we've recently seen, but I mean, hang on, it is like Cat out to a night.
I'm not sure. He has knee problems, and knee problems on a big man is never a good look because a lot of his shots come from three, and his knees, if they bad, I'm not liking them.
I don't think he would play tonight because I know he was.
Well, if he doesn't play, I like the Knicks even more. If we're being honest.
I don't see it, but I may just not. I may be missing. But anyway, I think this is one of those games where if you're going to play the Knicks, I would actually take alt lines. Like I would sell points here, and instead of the -10, I would at least go up to -12. So just for the fact, so actually you're actually not laying juice. Because this is one of those games I see either the Knicks winning by like 5 or 6 points, or either they win by literally like 20 or 25.
And my only hesitation is the Sixers just got their teeth stomped out. Like 142 to a Bulls rookie roster.
Bulls. Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I had the under in that game, and it should have sailed under. And I'm like, damn, the Bulls just not gonna miss. Like the Sixers, it was literally like Tyrese Maxey was the only one playing. Like it literally looked. I'm like, yo, you cannot be serious. Like the Sixers underperformed so bad that like they got beat by a rookie team by 32 points. That is extremely bad. And you know, Philly is the place of brotherly love, and they're really vocal about their team. Granted, no way, bro. They had Josh Giddey looking like an American All-Star last night. I'm just like, you gotta be shitting me, bro. Giddey is good. He's underrated in my opinion, but he's not that goddamn good. Like, then you look at it like, if the Knicks, they just, like, out of the 5 games they just played, they were all to play, with the exception of Atlanta, they're all to playoff teams. I mean, they barely beat the Bulls in overtime, right? Cleveland stomped their teeth out 142 to 105, but then they turned right around and gave Boston hell in Boston. So 118 to 105, that game's a lot closer, I guess, than you would think. But Sixers have lost 5 straight. And I mean, a couple of them are like by 3 and 2, but those are the teams they shouldn't lose. Like the Sixers shouldn't lose to the Nets. They shouldn't lose to the Raptors. And they did on back to back. So they don't have a response, in my opinion. The Celtics outclassed them, like not even close. And this was in Philadelphia. They lost to the Brooklyn Nets twice within 2 weeks. That should not, this Sixers team is nowhere near what the market thinks they are, which is why I'm easily laying 10 and taking alt lines for plus money, laying 12. Like, I don't think this Sixers team has any heart left. We being honest, anybody outside of Tyrese Maxey, and eventually, if you're any halfway dimwit of a coach, the Knicks, one thing we know about them, they're gonna play their starters the entire fucking game, no matter what the score is. So that does help me make a decision to lay a double-digit spread, because I know if they're down by 20 or up by 20, their starters are gonna be in the game damn near the whole game. So
that's very true.
I'll clean the Knicks, man. The Knicks and laying the 10. Easy.
Same, man. Same. Yeah, this is one where those alt lines, I would actually probably like ladder those. I mean, like up to that like 20-point mark. But actually, these are just small, like fun bets, though. It's not anything big. Like these are teams I'm just not touching currently. So that's what I'm saying. This is no big play. This is just
coffee money.
Yes.
Exactly
right.
Coffee turning gas money.
Pardon my J. Man, that's a good question.
If y'all were watching the show when it first started, I've been saying trade Embiid, trade him now before the rest of the world realizes he's never going to be Embiid. Like at this point, his stock has crashed so much.
Oh my gosh.
Like he's a crybaby. I don't like it. He's too damn big. Like he's soft. That's really what it is. Tyrese Maxey has the heart and engine of anybody. Like Embiid is 10 man. Looking, he needs some heart. He need to go see the lady, the Wizard of Oz, to get some heart. Like he has zero. Bro, Embiid is gonna get traded. Like I'm so tired of hearing trust the process, and I'm not even a Phillies fan. And you could make the argument that they're tanking so that they can get that flag guy. You can make that argument, like if you really knew about college drafts and stuff like that. But it's like, damn, how many times you gonna tank? Like, how many times am I supposed to accept you tanking? That shouldn't be the norm.
Well, yeah, like that was kind of my like point like in this game was like that's what I was saying, like 76ers, like they shouldn't even want to win, right? Like
exactly.
that,
Paul George got a bag and has not ever looked like Paul George in a 76ers uniform. So he's on my shit list right behind Embiid. Paul George PRA under. It opened at like 28. It's down to 24. I'd still say take it. Like if he plays, he's probably not going to play the whole game. Very good chance for a blowout. He's not going to show up. He hasn't done shit all year anyway. Like that is one of my favorite props today. So
okay, like that. Well, guys, we're gonna move on to this Celtics and Pistons game. But if y'all want to see us break down a certain game, drop it in the chat. We got people on YouTube and we got people on X. We got people in chats everywhere. So drop them in the chat. We will definitely see it, and we will talk it over. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this. And to me, this is the best game of the night. Like actually by far.
Like it's literally the only game worth watching, bro.
I mean, you have two teams that are both playing really well, man. To me, I haven't bet this game. This line is going the Celtics' way, and I've just been kind of seeing how far it'll end up going. Because to me, this is a Piston spot, man. It really is. You have Boston, and they played the Raptors actually like last night.
Yep.
So them actually like on a back-to-back, that's where, as far as the Celtics go, if I'm gonna go against them, this is the type of spot where I actually am.
Yeah.
So you have a Pistons team that actually has the rest.
Red hot.
Plus they're red hot. Plus they're just a young and hungry team. Yep. Like I think simply, like I know as far as talent, I realize there's different talent here, but still, they just I think they want it more.
Is there, bro? This Pistons team is so underrated, bro. I'm telling you, I've been riding the Pistons for a minute. I'm picking them on the spread and the money line, like zero hesitation. Okay. Like, and let me tell you why. They're healthier, they're younger, they're hungrier. The coaching matchup is about the same. They're at home. They're an underdog. Still, the Celtics, truth be told, if you watched that game yesterday, the Toronto Raptors aren't that good, and they should not have played the Celtics that close. Bro, this game, you're going to give me points with a team that's hot as hell? Yeah. I'm taking the points from my big play, but I'm also laying my nuts and taking the money line too. Like, this is what I call a return on investment spot. Worst case scenario, I lose some of the money from my bigger play with taking the points. But best case scenario, at plus 150, yeah, this is a return on investment. This is how you build your bankroll.
You can actually get plus. Looks like you can get plus 175 now.
Oh hell yeah! Yep. I'm taking it. Let me tell you why. Drew Holiday, yes, he'll give you rebounds and assists. I do expect him to play because he took yesterday off. He doesn't normally take off that often, right? So if you like any Drew Holiday props, my personal favorite is over 6.5 rebounds and assists because Drew, for whatever reason, thinks he's a big man. and he gets down and dirty. But far as Porzingis on a back-to-back, the dude has a history of injuries. He's not going to be pushing it hard. Al Horford, I love him, but damn, he got an AARP card coming soon. Like Jalen Duren, that dude is in shape. He can run up and down the court forever. Bro, he will feast tonight. Jalen Duren will feast tonight. Like flat out.
Yeah.
And he's been scoring the ball lately. So like when he gets the rebound, he doesn't look to kick out as often. He will get the rebound and go back up. Like that is where you're taking that next step as a big man. I like the Pistons plus whatever. Like I think they went outright, but if you go give me points, I'm taking those two. Like, Jalen Duren double is money in the bag. That's Christmas. But that got to be juice to forever, right? What's the juice on that?
I was about to say it. You would think that would be.
It got to be at least 150 minus.
I have not looked, but I would say closer to minus 175 probably.
Yeah,
it has to be super juiced.
Well, only reason I said minus 150 is because they the underdogs for whatever reason.
Yeah. Gosh, come on, man. Come on, man. Grizzlies, man, they're still our team. They're still our
team. Yeah. That was an all-star game, though. That is what an all-star game is supposed to look like. 148 to 151.
Yeah.
Barely defense played, just offensive scoring, man.
Yeah. J-Bo, you guys do this for a living? If so, how long? How long I've been handicapping, or how long I've been doing this for my living? That's the only question that I have there, because do I actually do this for a living? Yes. And as far as it being my main source of income, what is 2025? So right at 6 years now. As far as just handicapping, I mean, and betting, I mean, I've been doing it a lot, and actually longer than like that. But without having another job. Yeah. So it's right at 6 years now.
So for me, I've been sports betting roughly close to 10. I'm starting to take it a lot more serious than I used to. It started off as just fun, break room talk, me talking shit. Guys started like making money off of my advice in the break room. And they gave me $100 and was like, go. They set up my Bet Online account, gave me $100, and shit, I haven't stopped since. Right now, I'm working part-time so that I can see if I'm ready to make that transition, because that is, so I'm an accountant by day. I have a bachelor's and master's degree in accounting. So a lot of the concepts as far as like hedging and derivatives and stuff like that, I was already naturally familiar with. I just applied a lot of that knowledge to sports betting. So return on investment is one thing that I really, really, really harp on, because that's the whole point of it, right? Most people don't understand, like, shit, one guy could win 20 picks out of his last 25, but his return on investment could be lower than somebody that won 5 out of his last 15, right? Because that guy that won the 5 are hitting plus 300 parlays, or plus money bangers. Like if he's hitting those, it doesn't take as many wins to put money back in your pocket. And I really wish that's what a lot of sports bettors knew. If I were you guys, I'd honestly ask, JD for a one-on-one session. But hey, I'm not here to sprinkle, but I would ask him to, like, hey, yeah, because that is a lot of misconception about guys laying minus 500 3-leg parlays and they talk about I'm the best capper in the world. Bro, your total parlay was like minus 178. You put 12,000 on it. Like, that's not capping, bro. That's shit. You shouldn't lose.
And to say stuff like that, I'm gonna bring this up, like what actually J-Bo just said. I feel like you guys want to grow up, and you see so much shit online with all these sports cappers, and they're trying to show money and cars and all, all that stuff. That is not it, man. That is not it. This shit's a grind. And if anybody tells you different, they are a liar and they don't actually do it. Because this shit is a grind.
The time that goes in a sports pick is
Yeah.
is really unmatched. Like there's a lot of goddamn time that goes into this. Like you guys might could look at the show and be like, "Oh shit, they know their shit." It's like, no, we researched the lines either the night before or that day. So I mean, in my expectations from an accounting standpoint, it's something called analytical procedures where you use data, you make assumptions and see if it meets your expectations. If not, that's fine, but why? Right? So what I like to do is I like to look at the games the night before and I actually write down what I think the line should be, right? The night before. And then what I do is when the lines come out, I look at them and say, "Oh shit, that's way different from what I expect." Like I honestly expected this Detroit line to be a pick 'em or a -2 for the Celtics. Like that's really what I thought it was going to be, and then it opened at 4.5. I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" And then I watched the public keep pouring money on the Celtics, and I'm like, "Yep, keep moving that line, keep moving it." I'm taking the Pistons. Like I already have my mind made up about it, but like,
And also to go like going off what you just said there is like everybody's process is definitely a little bit. It is definitely not the same.
yeah,
It was definitely not the same. And like what actually Joe just saying, what he thought it was, I actually thought that it was going to be the other way. I actually thought the Celtics were going to have the it like shaded more towards them, and we were going to get a bigger line with the Pistons. So when it came out shorter, that's when I knew like, okay,
yeah,
well, this is a Pistons play.
yeah.
So like that's how I saw that. So,
There's ways to know if a line is broke or not. It,
yeah,
excuse me, and sports books lay traps all the time. Like if you're looking at the NBA, there's so many double-digit spreads. And if you guys have been paying attention, I like to look at about a week's worth of data, right? I go back for a week. There's no damn reason in hell why the Timberwolves were -12.5. I mean, +12.5 against OKC when they literally just won outright the night before. Like they're throwing out traps with these double-digit spreads, and there's a lot of value in double-digit spreads. I'm just not a fan of them, but I've noticed the past couple weeks I might need to start coming up off of that a little bit.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Josh, on the Wizards over 232. Let me look at this.
I the reason I don't like that is because Marcus Smart he was defensive player of the year. He's a defensive minded person. He's coming off the bench. And if you've given it the eye test, he's slowing the game down by himself. So that's the reason I don't like it. Because to hit a total like 232, you have to have pace or
Yeah,
efficiency from a scoring standpoint.
very high efficiency.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not gonna play it, but I don't know.
Man, I by the like just straight up number without accounting for anything else, I have it at 231.6. So like I'm like basically right there at it. Just kind of like Joe said, I feel like now with how their lineup is, it's almost they're trying to slow down a little bit because they were just going super fast,
Yeah.
and that was not working for them. They were just getting their ass beat. So I'm not going to talk you off of it because I don't have anything to really like, you know, like an actual strong case. But that's not one that I would just personally be on because I just don't see the edge there. But
I'm leaning the under towards that one. The
yeah,
last 3 games the Wizards played, they barely scored 107 points. Like, so you're telling me, and the spread is close, and you're telling me that all of a sudden they supposed to clear 232? Like, it just on its face doesn't make sense to me. In my opinion, there's much better spots, but I'm not going to talk you off of it. But I do lean under on that one.
yeah. There you go, Joe. Scotty Barnes ruled out.
Yep, I'm laying it. Good looking out.
And Parma J, we definitely appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you. All right. We're gonna move to the Hawks and Heat game. Once again, if y'all want us to go over any certain games, let us know. And I will tell y'all, because I'm about to tweet this out while actually Joe talks. But as far as college basketball goes, I've been running red hot. I'm actually on a 12-1 run. I have a play tonight that I absolutely love. I'm about to tweet it out, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all here first. North Alabama going to lay the 7.5 points with actually them to a night. This is my favorite play. As far as this team, if y'all been listening to the shows, you know I've like been on them. This is definitely nothing new. Let me make sure that line is still where it's at. Okay, yeah, it like is. This North Alabama team, I mean, they've just been covering spreads. Specifically at home, and tonight they are at home against the spread. Now, this is not straight up against the spread. They are 11-1. That's nuts. But tonight, as far as their season goes, this is their last game of the season. This is senior night. They are playing a team in Queens that they have actually lost to this actually season. So this is a revenge game on actually senior night. This is a game that they also, as far as their conference tourney goes, they play in one of those conferences to where actually like you actually it's actually not the it's not the neutral site games. So you actually get home court. So if they win tonight, they also get that, which is a big deal also. And I also have this line at actually like a little over 10 points. So the market has just not caught up to how good this actual team is the entire season. So I'm showing line value and then all of the other little things that you can throw in with senior night, with for fresh like the home court. There's just tons of reasons why. If you just throw it all in there, I think that they definitely win this game, and I think they win this by 10 plus points. So yeah, that is my play of the day actually by like far. Yeah, there's nothing coming close to that. So
I'm on it.
Y'all heard it here first. But Joe, the Heat and Hawks, Sam, I'm going to let you talk about that for just a second while I get this tweeted out.
Hawks easy. I'm really? Not gonna say it's gonna be a blowout. Yeah, I'm on the Hawks. I'm tired of looking at this Heat team saying they're gonna pull it together. I mean, shit, everybody's injured. Khalil Ware, Bam, and Andrew Wiggins, all three of them are game time decision. Nikola Jovic, he's out. Isaiah Stevens, he's out. So shit. Really, the Hawks, they got a lot of guys out too. Like Jalen Johnson being out for the season, I feel like he was a rookie anyway. Trey is good enough. Trey is a game time decision, but this line at plus 2.5 tells me he's gonna play. Because if he wasn't, it would definitely probably be Atlanta be a favorite, in my opinion. If he was going to play. So I think he's going to play. Give me 2.5. I'll take the points, but I think Atlanta wins on the money line, to be honest with you.
See, now I like Donovan playing this game, but I was definitely going the other way. To me, it just seems like the matchup would favor the Heat here.
Too many players are injured, and they're 1-5 against the spread. And you gonna give me 2 points? Yeah, I'll take them.
Where's the injury report at for this game?
It says
as long as Wiggins and actually Bam are in, like those are the two guys that I'm looking at because I think that they can have like the matchups they have. I think they can both do actually really well here.
I do too. And Khalil Ware, he adds spacing for Bam. That's why he has to be out there. It's not that he's scoring in the box score. If you look at the game, the big lineup that they have with Bam playing the 4 and Khalil in the 5, or vice versa, like that's what would put me on the Heat. But both of with those 3 being out, I don't see. I'm taking the Hawks. The Hawks have beat them outright twice already. Once was 2 days ago. It was 98-86.
I say that was a shitty game, man.
Yeah, neither team scored 100, but like Wiggins played that game. All 3 of them, Wiggins, Bam, and Khalil, all played that game, and
I think they were
didn't
both
get it
on back-to-backs, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure they were both on a back-to-back there. I think that's why that was such a just a weird game.
That would make sense.
I don't know why. I normally don't actually go like against you, but for here, I don't know. I just feel like the Heat matchup wise, this is just better for them. And I don't bet on the Heat. I think that's pretty well known by now. That's a team that I don't back. But here, that's the only way I could play this.
All right. I mean, I'm not playing the Hawks, so that is my strong lean. Though I do lean the Hawks 2.5. I just looking at the competition. The Hawks have played like in the last 5 games. Well, the Heat have played no. Yeah, the Heat have played them tougher matchup by far in the last 5 games, but I still think I don't know. I like the Hawks and the no-name brand. They're like the great value of the NBA, really. If Trae Young goes, I'll take the Hawks because he's good enough to hit threes in the end of the game. But if he doesn't go, it's a Heat play all the way. I'd say Heat up to like 4 or 5.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here to answer Pardon My J. Man, this is a game that I want nothing to actually do with. I mean, USC, what far straight up, they're 3-7 their last 10, and then you have Ohio State. They are not good on the road. Let me look at their road record. I just know they're not good though. 3-6, yeah, they're not good. Let me see what I have this lined at. Given USC some home court, I have them favored by the smallest margin. I mean, 0.23. So yeah, for me to stay away, I literally don't have a lean. This is I think a true toss-up game, and that's how it's priced. So yeah, me personally, I do not see an edge on either side. But with that, we're getting pretty close to the end here, guys. So if there's any games you want us to go over, definitely go ahead and drop them in the chat, and we will get to it. Joe, is there any other game that like you wanted to go ahead and get to?
Yep. The Clippers Bulls. I like the Clippers laying the 9, mainly because I feel like this line is. I like the Clippers laying the 9 because like it's really more of a get right spot for the Clippers, meaning they played the Pistons, they played the Pacers, and they played the Bucks. They lost all 3 outright. So anytime a team loses 3 in a row, they're looking to take the revenge on somebody. No Norman Powell, yes, that does hurt, but you got Kawhi and James. Those 2 guys are veterans. Like them or hate them, they're veterans. They're going against the Chicago Bulls team that's very young, and they don't have Vucevic, whatever. Lord, I can't say that man's name. And I think he alone, like not alone, but he is a huge difference maker for the Bulls. And without him, that's just Nikola Vucevic. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Vooch. Vooch. Like he is a big piece. And Kevin Huerter is a game time decision. So without Kevin Huerter's threes and without Vooch in the paint, I don't see this one being under 10.
Yeah. Okay. So here's where I'm at on this game. I'm like with you on actually all of that. I think this is a Clippers get right spot. The only thing that troubles me on this game is, I mean, one, it's a road game, and Clippers on the road they they just haven't been good.
Yeah.
Uh, and this is their last game before they head home. And off that road trip, the last game, that's not a spot I normally like to back teams. Um, and then also, really, their first game home off of a long road like trip. That's also a spot I normally don't like to back teams because they are just getting back home. They're dealing with the family, you know what I'm saying? Just life.
Stuff.
They have to deal with life. So those are both two spots where I don't really love it, but they have lost the past 3 games. So that's where I don't think I think they're going to go out there and still try to get this win here. I just think it's a big number. So I could, for this game for myself, I could really argue actually both sides. So for me, that's why I'm just going to stay off.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And you know what? Now that you said what you said, I think I'm gonna stay off too. But if it's live and I see a -5 Clippers, I'm taking it.
I was about to say something where they're just where you don't have to win by 10 points.
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah. I'm taking it winning by 5, but I'm not gonna lay the 10 there. Just because, like, I'm not perfect. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need correction. That's the whole point of talking it out, man. But I'm looking at one thing that I like to do is look at who the two teams played both recently. Both teams played Detroit. Detroit blasted the Bulls by 20 plus both times, and they barely beat the Clippers. So, like, and that was recent. So it's like, that makes me feel like the Clippers are the better team. And then the Clippers also beat Memphis by 14. And I think Memphis is far better than the Bulls, which is what went to a lot of my thinking. Like, okay. Yeah. And then I'm looking at recency bias. The Bulls just hung up 142 points. They're satisfied, really. Like, they beat the hell out of the 76ers. I don't really see a reason for them to think that they can beat the Clippers. Like, they might be on their high horse smelling themselves, but this smells like a letdown spot. Like, a team goes from being 0-4 to hanging up 142 damn points. Like, it just screams letdown. So I'll wait until live game, but if I see a -5 Clippers, I'm taking it.
Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Well, man, is there any other game that you wanted to go over? Or any props that you wanted to throw out?
My favorite prop of tonight by far is DeMar DeRozan. Like, I was battling for like hours between his PRA or just his rebounds and assists. They haven't caught up to his new role yet. I love when teams like that's in my mind when you're doing props, you need to find before the market adjusts, right? You need to kind of be the first one on that train so that you can ride it a bit. Earlier, Malik Monk 8 assists. That was plus money for damn near a month, and I cashed a lot.
You did
a lot.
Game.
And I think DeMar DeRozan is in more of the facilitator seat now. Just the way they've been spacing the floor, they've leaned on Zach LaVine to score the ball more, and DeMar has been assisting. So rebounds and assists, I think he clears 7.5. I really think you can ladder it up to like 9. But his PRA is just 28.5. He's cleared that in like 9 of his last 10. So I like both of those.
I like that. Well, guys, for us, this is actually still a new show. We've only been doing it, I believe this is our 3rd week.
Yep.
So we've been doing it for like 2.5 weeks now. I just want to thank actually like everybody here for helping us grow. We've been growing literally every day. This is now, once again, this is our highest viewed show. So we're literally growing it every single day. So we love to see that. So yes, thank you all for being here. As far as play of the day, we're going to give out 2. I didn't talk to Joe about this, but I know what my favorite play of the day is, and then pretty sure I know what both of our.
I like that North Alabama, if that's what you're gonna say.
Well, I think we should give them 2, and I think you'll agree with me here.
Yeah.
North Alabama -7.5, and the Pistons +5. So you get a little college basketball and you get a little NBA. So yeah, I think for us that's going to be it. J-Bo, appreciate it, man. Yeah, put that back up on the screen for everybody to see there. But yeah, I believe tomorrow's show, I believe we're gonna have Spread actually back on with us. So it's actually gonna be a little 3-man show. So it should be a fun one. So we will catch y'all back here tomorrow at 5. Joe, take us out, man.
Right. We the best. Y'all know I love DJ Khaled, man. Like you said, you either win with us or watch us win. Either way, let's fucking win, baby.
Let's fucking win.